Good morning, folks, and happy Friday to you. And I hope and pray that this Friday has found you well. And I hope and pray that you are expecting the blessings of God throughout this day. And I hope and pray that you are praying and planning on being with us on Sunday as we gather to worship. Remember, folks, we're in a message series right now on prophecies. And so you definitely don't want to miss those wonderful lessons that God has for you through our messages. And so you come on out and be with us as we gather to worship and just experience God's blessings on your life. I've heard it said before, you never can tell. The service that you miss might be the one that God has something wonderful planned for you. So you come and be with us as we gather to worship, and I guarantee you'll get a blessing from it. I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about the particular distance it is from their house to Oak Level, and I get it, folks. Sometimes folks that live a little bit further away, maybe some of my friends on Facebook who live in Danville, Pittsylvania County, things of that nature, I get it. It is quite a drive, but you might find that it's worth it. So come on out and be with us as we gather to worship on Sunday. I've told you many times before, and anybody that has even a rudimentary knowledge of the New Testament knows that the book of 1 Corinthians was written to a church that had really sunk into worldliness. And we talked about that some weeks ago when we had a message from 1 Corinthians, and we're going to have another message from it in a couple of Sundays in our series on prophecy, so you be sure to be there. But in any case, you remember that Paul wrote the letter to the Corinthian church because they had sunken into worldliness. But here's something that we must remember, though, when it comes to the book of 1 Corinthians. Although Paul was writing it as, kind of a reprimand-ish letter, he also provided encouragement in it. He also provided that comforting encouragement, I'll say. You remember, if you look in chapter 15, he talks about Jesus winning the victory over death for us. But in 1 Corinthians chapter 16, Paul closes out this letter, and in the mid part of it, in verse number 13, he says these words: "Watch ye, stand fast in the faith, quit you like men, be strong." What's the encouragement here? The encouragement for the Corinthian Christians was to stand fast in their faith. Now, things are going to come up against them, and they're going to come up against us, but stand fast in the faith. It almost gives the connotation of talking in the context of warfare. Stand fast and stand firm against your enemy. And you know what? The Corinthian church had all those difficulties going on because of the enemy. And Paul is encouraging them here, stand fast in the faith. Christian, here's what it tells us today, many centuries removed from the church at Corinth. Let's stand fast in our faith. Yes, we're going to fight the spiritual battle. Yes, those things might come in to encroach in our worship and in our service. But Christian, stand fast. It may be difficult sometimes. The temptation might feel like more than you can bear. But stand fast in the faith. Part of that is your devotional time. Part of that is your prayer time. And most definitely part of that is your worship. So that leads me right back to what I originally said. Come and be with us as we worship on Sunday. In the meantime, folks, no matter what happens, you stand fast in your faith. Love you, folks, and I'll talk to you a little bit later. God bless you.